Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of the Poultry Brothers. And today we're going to be talking about Super Bowl 55.
Yep, we have a good one for you. And today we have a special guest, our good friend, Tommy Zufelt. Tommy, we're glad to
Hello.
have you here.
I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to discussing some topics with the boys, and can't wait to be a part of this team. And so here we go. Let's do it.
Just before we get into things, Tommy, I think we should talk about, how we all know each other. Do you want to get into that?
Oh yeah. All right. So me and Luke go way back to uh, elementary school, and then we went all throughout high school with each other, and now we're living together in Guelph. And then I met my good friend Owen Hardy, who was so graciously good to me and allowed me to be a part of this podcast. So we're just gonna take a moment so I can applaud to Owen Hardy and say thank you for letting me allow to be on this amazing podcast. But we met at a Bible camp.
People.
We met at a Bible camp, and we were big issues there when it became to behavior, and so we had a wonderful friendship. We did not talk to each other for probably 4 years after the Bible camp, and now we're friends again. So here we are.
I can't wait to, a year from now to come visit you two in Guelph and see if you guys are still friends. I'm going to be very intrigued to see what it goes on in that household in Guelph. All right, let's get into it. Wait, just before, Tommy, big hockey guy. So he doesn't really fit in with Luke and I. His team in high school could never get past the first round of TV Raw playoffs. And then he realized
we
his
made
fifth
it to
year
the
of high school.
semis 1 year.
Oh, 1 year, but
still never made the finals.
They got so bad. They got so bad. He had to be our film guy the 1 year, and it was a good time,
Yeah,
we were happy to have
get to
him.
hang out with the boys. When I played hockey, I always try to keep my record clean. And I think it was the 2017, 2018 St. Joseph's Junior Boys, I think is the correct year for that age. And there's a little bit of controversy.
I think it was the 2017 Rams.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that doesn't even matter.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll save that for that's a little teaser. Yeah. And I'd be glad to explain that one. And I'll explain the general. But anyways, so we came to talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, all right?
Yep.
So let's keep it nice and short and sweet. Let's hear the winner, Luke.
Well, coming from a Saints fan, I can't take the Bucs or Tom Brady. So we're riding with Chiefs Kingdom. Andy Reid and Patty Mahomes are gonna take it to another one. Two-peat, first one since the Eagles back in 2004. So it's been a while. But yeah, we're riding with the Chiefs. Owen, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Luke.
That's bold.
Tom Brady is back in this. Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl, boys. First year as a Buccaneer, and he's playing in a home field advantage. First time a team's done that. I think he is gonna have some tricks up his sleeve, and I think the running game is going to be a big factor for them. Leonard Fournette, he's been balling lately. He's really proved himself this year, and I'm going Bucs Nation. I don't think Patty Mahomes is going to go back-to-back, so I'm going Tampa Bay.
That's bold from
Tommy.
It's coming from a team that went 11-5 in the regular season. But you know what,
Big
Tommy?
Browns
what do you think?
If the Packers beat the Bucs this year or this week, or even this year, honestly, I think we beat both these teams. Like if we're in a Super Bowl against either one of these teams, But if Kevin King doesn't play, we easily beat both these teams. Aaron Rodgers was slinging this year, easily an MVP. Devontae Adams proved that he's the best receiver in the game. Our defense is pretty good. It's mediocre, and for some reason, we feel like we want to play bad in conference championship games. Happened last year when Raheem ran all over us. Like the Bucks, as much as I hate Tom Brady, I think the Bucks are a better team, and I think even though the Chiefs beat them this year, I think Brady is just too damn good and too damn smart. But if the Chiefs do win, I'm pretty confident that Mahomes has taken over as the best quarterback to.
I would hope so with a contract that
Oh
Mahomes
yeah.
got. But I think we can all agree it's going to be a good game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I definitely think so. It'll be better than actually last year's Super Bowl was pretty good. The year before that was.
I think Tom Brady's make it a really good game, better than his last one against the Rams. So it's going to be exciting, and it's on Sunday, and I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. So the next question we got: what do you think the MVP is going to look like for the Super Bowl? Who are we picking?
Well,
you want to start, Luke? Do you want to start, Luke?
Yeah, I can start. I think
Go for it.
I'm gonna say Patty Mahomes is gonna have a good game, but Tyreek Hill, last time they played, 200 plus yards against him, couple TDs. I think he's gonna do it again. Tyreek Hill's been training 4 hours a day, 4 hours. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna get so many yards. But yeah, that's my prediction. Tyreek Hill.
All right.
What do you think?
I'm either going with Tom Brady or I think Travis Kelce. He is really Mahomes' like go-to. If you need a first down, they're looking up the middle to Kelce. He's a tank out there. Definitely, he easily wins that matchup against Gronk at the tight end position. So I think it's going to be Brady or Kelce. But I do think Mahomes is going to have a over 300-yard game, and I think it just depends who comes out on top.
Got a quick question for you, Owen. Who do you think's older between Gronk and Kelce?
Oh, it's Gronk.
They're actually the same
Easily,
age.
isn't that?
They're the same age.
Really?
Yeah, Gronk was drafted a few years earlier than him. Kelce, yeah, they're the same age. I think they're 31.
Oh, really?
31?
I'm not sure. Watching the games, it looks like Gronk's looking like an old man out there.
Yeah, Kelce's just getting started.
But he's Gronk says he's coming back next year no matter what. And but yeah, I think Kelce, he's just getting started and is going to take probably eventually be the number one tight end in the league, if not or continue to be it.
All right, Tom. What do you think about the MVP?
So you guys kind of just threw my point to trash, but hear me out on this, okay?
All right, we're listening.
We're gonna take Rob Gronkowski.
Wow.
Okay, here's my thing. Okay, Tom Brady has easily one of the best receiving cores in the league.
Yeah, it's like a Madden team out there.
Okay, but I think the Chiefs have a pretty solid secondary.
Scheme? They got a good scheme for him for their wide receivers coming up.
But I don't think I think Gronkowski is just gonna be an issue because he's always been issues in every Super Bowl he's played in. And I think this is the one where they're like, yeah, Rob Gronkowski is making plays out here.
No, I could see it.
So
he's definitely Tom Brady's first down kind of guy. If they need a first down, Tom Brady will be there. I just gotta ask: Antonio Brown? Do we know? Is he back or is he still injured?
I think he's back. Pretty sure he's back. But you want to know what's crazy?
I know. No, Antonio Brown off the field, he has some bad stories, but I really think this game is a real big step up for him. I'm not saying he's going to win MVP, but I think he's going to prove himself that he can still play in the league, and it's good that he's playing on the field and not doing stupid shit off the field. And glad to see him back in the league.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy is out of between Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, one of those clowns are going to get a ring.
Yeah.
We should let our good friend Mark Snetzler know. Mark is probably the biggest Steelers fan. Anyway, so let's lead this into our next point. Okay, so we're just going to build your fantasy team, okay, for the Super Bowl. And I don't want any explanation. We're going to go rapid fire. And you can react all you want, but I'm going to keep going, all right? So I'm going to give you a position. And here we go. All right? You want Brady or Mahomes?
Mahomes.
Yeah, I don't see why that's, and I don't see why this one is either. Mike Evans or Tyreek Hill?
Mike Evans has got that red zone matchup, but I think Tyreek Hill is better overall.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Agree with that.
Tyreek Hill can run the ball too, so I'm going Tyreek Hill.
Do you want Clyde and Le'Veon or Leonard Fournette and your boy
Ronald
Jones?
Mr. Ronald.
I'm going the Tampa Bay boys. They've been running real good this year. Leonard Fournette, little comeback story too. He's there's like every playoff game, I think he has a touchdown, and he's been running solid.
Yeah.
He's a tank out there. So I'm taking the Tampa Bay running game. I don't think Le'Veon Bell has proven himself that he can still be in this league.
I also agree with you. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay running offense there because, Ronald Jones hasn't popped off since the regular season, but I think if they give him some touches, he'll get some yards. And Fournette is just a truck. He's so hard to stop. And the Chiefs boys are just too weak.
I think Leonard Fournette, because he can also catch, he's a good receive and run, go out wide, and he can just go. He's a good option for Tom Brady to throw it to also. So, yeah, he's just an all-around tank.
All right. So let's move on to tight ends. And this one's not really close because everyone's going to take Kelsey. But if Gronk is in his prime, do you take Gronkowski or do you take Travis Kelce?
Both these offenses are heavy pass schemes, so I want Kelce. He's a better route runner. He's better run after catch. So I'm taking Kelce.
Yeah, I'm taking Kelce too. We've seen Mahomes throw some bombs down the field to Kelce, but I'm not doubting out Gronk. But I'm taking Kelce too. I agree there.
And you want the Chiefs defense or you want Tampa's defense?
As hard as it is going to say, I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense because they locked up the real GOAT, Drew and Slant Boy.
And Rodgers. They locked them both up. Yeah.
Dude, he took down two greats, It's hard to say he's the GOAT, but he probably is the GOAT. It's hard to say.
What is the Chiefs defense going to say? Wow, we locked up Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, they don't got much to say.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucs defense. I don't know if you guys looked at all, but Kansas City, I know they won 14 games, but a lot of those games were under a touchdown score.
Yes,
I think it was just all Patrick.
I do.
Patrick Mahomes was clutching up, and I think they Cleveland gave him a game, and then Buffalo was kind of in and out, but I do think this is going to be a real test for their defense, and I'm taking Tampa Bay's defense. They have really stopped some good teams this year in the playoffs.
I think the Chiefs are going to really have to step it up and play their A game, and if not, they're going to be slinging on them.
So overall, we can say it's probably going to be a good game. It's going to be an offensive shootout or just a defensive game by Tampa Bay, and they figure out a way to shut down Mahomes. So I think overall, it's going to be a good atmosphere to be at, and I think it's going to be a good game. So let's get this rolling, and let's see some decisions that you boys are going to make. Or let's call it some Super Bowl bets, all right?
Yeah.
So you're a coach. You calling heads or tails?
Remember that video? Who he goes, what'd you call it there? He goes, tails. What are you supposed to call? He's like, we call heads on Madden every time. So you know what? We're going with that logic. We're going heads.
Okay.
I'm going too.
And
They say
you
tails
know,
never fails, but in football, I think heads is the way to go.
well, as a Packers fan, you always choose tails because you heard Matt Hasselbeck call heads, and then he said, "We want the ball. We're gonna score." So we picked tails in
As long as
Green
you don't
Bay.
have him on your roster, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So
who's
who
getting the
wins
ball
the coin
first?
toss?
Yeah, who's getting the ball
Yeah.
first? I'm thinking Brady goes out there
Uh,
first.
uh, uh, yeah, I think I'm agreeing with Luke there. I think Brady's gonna win the toss, and they're gonna go. They're gonna start with it because I think if Tampa Bay, they're gonna have to have a fast, quick drive. They're gonna have to score their first drive and kill some clock because both teams like to kill the clock, as I've noticed and watch. So I think Tom Brady is gonna win it and take the ball and go for a first drive score.
I think the Bucks are gonna get it, but I think it's gonna be a quick 4-0. I think the Chiefs are gonna be like, "Yeah, we know we're here. Like
Yeah,
we've been here. We
I
know what
like
it's
that.
about."
I can
And
agree with that. I think they'll lock him up. They got a good. They'll be prepared for him.
yeah,
Yeah,
even though it's in Tampa Bay, but you know what? Think they're gonna get the crowd out of it early, and it's just that
yeah,
could be a move. But I
but
still do like Tom Brady having his comebacks eventually. But I
mhm,
think it's gonna be a slow
yeah,
start for the Bucks.
but and then yeah, if Kansas City does get it, they're gonna have to go quick because they can't they against Tom Brady. You're gonna have to go quick. I think if they get it,
So do you have it being a high scoring game then?
oh for sure.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm
What
thinking
are you
at least.
thinking?
Yeah, we'll get into the next
I'm
one.
thinking I'm going like Bucks win. I'm going like 41-38. I think it's gonna be up
41-38,
there.
huh? That's pretty high. I'm
That's what
gonna
I'm going
say.
with.
I'm gonna say like 34-24. Big 10-point for the Chiefs. I think it was 10-point last year. So
Yeah, they were down
you
and
can
they were
have that.
down over 10, weren't they?
Yeah, and then they came back.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, because what they were playing the Niners, right? And they were up. What was it 20?
Yeah.
20,
And they came
20 or
back or
10.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the final score was 31-20, Kansas City.
Yeah. So
So what are your
anyway,
halftime predictions?
I'm going tie game at half, boys.
Yeah. Well, at what score?
I'm going 17-17.
Yeah, like that. I'm
I
gonna say.
I think it's going to be a slow first quarter, but I think then the second quarter it's just going to be a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'm not gonna say a lot of touchdowns. I'm gonna say like halftime. Bucks might be up
Mhm.
17-10,
Okay.
or the other way. Chiefs up 17-10.
Tommy, how are you feeling about the halftime score?
um, I'm thinking that the Bucks really do have a slow start, and because I like Tom Brady with his comebacks, but like I'm thinking that Tom Brady explodes in the second half. I'm thinking like it's 17-3 at half, and then Brady explodes for what 40 points probably. Let's say 300 yards in the
Yeah.
second half.
I don't think I want
So
to see another 28-3 blow.
I'm thinking it's a blowout though. Like probably like 41-17 is my final score
Wow,
Oh,
for the
that's
Bucks.
it's a large
Because
one.
I haven't seen Brady blow out anyone
Other
in a
than
Super
no,
Bowl.
your team in the
oh
regular
yeah.
season.
No, not
38-10.
in the Super Bowl. He hasn't blown anyone. I know he blew out my team both times,
um,
but it's fine.
but
We're not gonna talk
I'm
about it.
going with even if a team's up big at half, I think it's going to be a dogfight to the end. I think it's going to go right down to the final couple seconds, maybe even overtime, but it's going to be a dogfight out there. There's not going to be a big lead ahead. I think it's always going to be score, 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 score. Like there's going to be a lot of lead changes and ties, So, but it's going down to the last minute, I think here.
I think so
So
too.
here's a
I think it'll
fun
be a
one
good game.
for you. We got a fun one. All right. Not likely that anyone will probably watch these, but just take a guess. What's your first commercial that pops up?
Definitely Doritos one. Doritos Super Bowl commercials. Those are always a big hit.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's a Doritos one.
I'm thinking between a Skittles one, the peanut guy one, but since it's Pepsi halftime show, I'm thinking there's a Pepsi one, something related to the
And-
weekend. So I'm thinking
Yeah,
I'm
the
going
weekend
Pepsi.
will be sipping a Pepsi
Yeah,
and a
it'd be like,
commercial.
come watch me at halftime.
Yeah.
Stupid like that. Tom,
Anyways,
All right.
what do you think,
how
bud?
about we get
We
into the
gotta
halftime
go.
show?
No,
You're
we
right.
gotta hear Tommy's first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm thinking your boy Baker Mayfield's gonna show up on that screen.
Progressive?
Yes, sir.
That's the only time
Why
he is
not?
progressive.
Speaking of quarterbacks and commercials, I'm thinking we might see a Peyton Manning one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been out
But
there quite.
There you go.
guys, how about I think a big talk this weekend before the game is Carson Wentz going to get traded? I feel like they're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, that could be
Like
talked about
before
on
the
the
game,
broadcast.
that could be big talk.
But I doubt it. Maybe like once.
Yeah.
But
You know,
nothing huge.
so
We'll
maybe
be
some
talking
more.
about the game.
Anyways, big halftime show, the weekend, Canadian. Do you guys ever have like a memorable favorite halftime show that you remember, we're excited about in the last couple years?
The last year's was pretty good. Shakira. Adam Levine, the year before was also pretty good, but I think my favorite is probably Bruno Mars. You know, dude's
I'm
got
gonna
like an
agree with you
angel in
there.
his throat.
He can dance too. Bruno Mars
Yeah.
can really dance.
Yeah.
But I did like the Maroon 5 one, but Travis Scott I didn't like that. I didn't think he was really as good as he can be. I didn't like his intro. I thought it was just too computer and
Yeah.
I just wasn't a big fan of that. But last year's, Shakira and J-Lo, big, they've been in the music industry forever, so I think they have a lot of big fan base. But I'm actually really excited for the weekend. I was reading he put $7 million of his own cash into it, so I think he's gonna put on a show. And rumor is there no special guests, so he's going solo. So I think it's gonna be a good halftime show.
Yeah, and he is the first Canadian solo performer at the halftime show.
I was gonna ask that. If there's been another Canadian, but
There was, but like the one of the guys from the Blues Brothers, I can't remember his name. There's another girl,
okay,
artist
yeah,
that also played with somebody else. But yeah, he's the first one by himself.
Yeah, Tommy, any big halftime shows you liked?
I enjoyed the Coldplay one with Bruno and Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2016.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
Coldplay's really they were different, but they were good. They were good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be different this year because there's going to be no fans, no atmosphere. But he mentioned in an interview how when the one girl came in on a helicopter or left on a helicopter, he's like, "Wow, I wish I would have done that." But he can't steal her.
I also think I don't know if you remember, Katy Perry she was pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, that was with the dancing sharks and all that.
Yeah. Is there ever been a Super Bowl? Like, I know I wasn't very happy with Travis Scott and his guest appearance. Is there anyone that you were disappointed by that from a big name? If you can remember.
I'll probably just say that one. Like that one's probably
honestly, they haven't been super out of the park fantastic, but they've been all okay, watchable, tolerable.
Yeah.
You only have to watch it once, so.
What's next on the agenda there?
There was an over/under bet about if the weekend would change more than one outfit during his halftime show.
Oh,
what are we thinking?
I'm betting I'm betting he's going to change it. 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4. Wow. Okay.
That's if you watch past ones. I think he's gonna start out with his like old big hits, and then he's get the crowd going, and then he's gonna go right into his new stuff, and he's gonna have a few outfits.
Yeah,
And
and that's a good point because he released an album a couple days ago.
Mhm.
Like I think last night actually, 2 nights ago. And I wonder if he's gonna be playing any of those songs.
Like Blinding, that's gonna be a huge performance. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking that might be the opening song.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's gonna be the closing one. That's like his
Could be the
big
closer,
run
yeah.
on the radio.
I can go with that.
Tommy, how you feel about the weekend?
He's got $7 million invested of his own money into this. I don't see why there wouldn't be more than one outfit change. So I'm gonna go with that. Just as simple as that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think at least 2. At least 2.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing bigger than like 4.
What's our next bet here?
Get into some stats. Tyreek Hill over under 100 yards.
Over.
Over.
Yeah. Tom Brady
he'll go for
total passing. 295 under over.
Over.
If they can get their run game going, I'm gonna say he's under, and they'll just ground and pound him. So I'll say under.
Mahomes.
With about Tom Brady, last 4 of his 5 Super Bowls, he's thrown for over 300 yards. I know it's a new team, different receivers, different things, but I think he's going for a big throwing day. But I think I think he's gonna have a few bombs out to Evans and Antonio Brown and Godwin, so he'll have over 100 yards in the first half, I think.
Okay, I like it.
All right, next one we got Patty Mahomes over under 350 total.
Total? Oh, easy. Total. Over.
I think he'll probably be around the 350 area, but no more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's total. Like he could probably rush for 50. He had a couple good runs last year in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs. So.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put the team on his back.
All right. Travis Kelce, does he score a touchdown?
Yep.
I think it's a close one, but yeah, I'd say so. They like to find him in the red zone.
They like to go to him. He's a big body, and
he scored one last year.
Yeah, he'll score one, and he's improved from last year. Him and Mahomes' relationship on the field, he'll get one.
Yeah, I think so.
So under over 50 points.
Now that I think about it, I was thinking before that it was over 50 points, but a couple years ago when the Rams played the Patriots, we all thought that was going to be over, and they ended up scoring less than 30. So, I'm still going to go with over 50. I see a high scoring game here.
I'm going high scoring over. I think that Rams game was
fluke.
Young Jared Goff, young Todd Gurley. I think it was just a fluke, and LA just had one good year, and it was a slow game.
That was a lucky game.
And, yeah,
we won't talk about the game before how they got into the Super Bowl.
Okay, what's next?
All right, we got our last one. Gatorade color on the winning coach.
Oh, yellow for sure.
Orange.
I was gonna say orange as well.
I'm gonna go orange.
Okay. Oh, we gotta like the Chiefs coach is definitely having if he wins, he's gonna have the biggest cheeseburger he's ever had.
Oh, he's gonna mention cheeseburgers in the winning speech.
And he's gonna go home to his wife and eat a cheeseburger and then go to bed. He doesn't party with the boys if they win, but I'm sure he'll have his cheeseburger.
I think so too. All right, we'll go. All right, one of our final questions. Your favorite and what you think is the greatest Super Bowl moment.
Okay, I'll start us off here. I'm going final 2 minutes of the 2014 Super Bowl, Seahawks Patriots.
Oh, that's a good one.
Russell Wilson threw one of the greatest passes, and it was one of the greatest catches ever to get him down there into scoring position. And
Jermaine
they
Curse.
yeah, they had a chance, there, and Pete Carroll decided not to go with the best running back to guarantee the win and get the touchdown, Marshawn Lynch. He tried to pull a sneaky one and throw a ball, but I think he was a rookie at the time. I'm going the Malcolm Butler pick. That was just a crazy moment. I think it's one of those moments that everyone remembers. And to win a Super Bowl like that, in that last 2 minutes was just crazy. I think that was one of the greatest Super Bowl moments that I remember, like personally. So, Luke, what are you going with?
Well, as a Saints fan, watching the pick six in the final 2 minutes on Peyton Manning was pretty good to see the Saints win, but it's not as good as the Steelers Cardinals Santonio Holmes catch in the final minute.
Oh.
That's a good one. 2 feet down. I don't even know what they would call nowadays if that was the same play. If it was on Tom Brady's team, they'd probably give it to him, and if it wasn't, they probably wouldn't. But just depends on who's reffing that day. Well, Tom.
Okay,
I agree with
Tommy.
Tom, what do you think? Greatest moment?
Wow, the greatest moment. I think it has to be Tom Brady coming down from 28-3. Just because
that was crazy.
The whole, I thought it was over. Like, I was just kind of sitting there, and then it just kept scoring, and I was like, what is going on? And then
I think the most underrated play in that whole game was Julio Jones' 2-foot toe tap on the sideline when they were trying to get a drive back. The Patriots stuffed him, but that catch was insane. Like, craziest catch, I think. Well,
does it beat the Edelman one?
Yeah, definitely better than Edelman. Like, it took so much more athleticism, and
I got a question here. Are we going a Philly special on Sunday? Is Tom Brady gonna catch it this year? Is he gonna? Is Pat? Like, I don't think the Chiefs are gonna do it because they don't need to. But is Tom Brady gonna catch a ball in the end zone? Is he gonna try and redeem himself from the Philly game?
I see a trick play where the receiver's throwing it, but I don't see Tom Brady catching it.
No, but you think they're gonna run it? You think they're gonna try and do a Philly special?
Like a Scotty Miller? Like, he might pop in there. He does that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So since this is a live podcast, and we can't really change anything about this, so I will personally allow Owen Hardy to e-transfer anyone who comments in this YouTube video if Tom Brady does or does not catch a ball and agrees with Owen Hardy. Owen Hardy will e-transfer them $5 each.
If you made it,
if you comment and agree with Owen Hardy. If you comment and agree with Owen Hardy. Yeah.
So it's
a chance. It happens.
Okay, if it happens, and then you gotta DM me on Instagram so I don't.
And then Owen Hardy will e-transfer you $5 if you give him all the personal information. He will e-transfer you $5 if that happens.
It's gotta happen, and you have to agree with me. You have to text me, be like, I agree with you, and if it does happen, but he's got to catch it. He doesn't
Perfect. I know exactly what's going to happen after this video is posted, because me and Luke are both going to go to YouTube and comment for $5 if it happens. So
okay. What about Super Bowl food? What is your favorite Super Bowl food? It's a big night for snacks, unhealthy food, but what's your favorite Super Bowl food to eat while you're watching the game?
Can't go wrong with some chicken wings,
Yeah.
On and off the field. Just a great contender.
Oh.
You can sauce that up. You can dry that up.
Yeah.
You can eat that up.
I know last year we had a good spread at your dad's house. Too bad, unfortunately, COVID, we can't do that. But your dad did make some good. I'm gonna have to go with buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, the good old buffalo chicken dip.
That's my favorite Super Bowl food. but it is good no matter what. But something just about it when you're eating on Super Bowl night, it tastes better.
Super Bowl.
Junk food just tastes better at the Super Bowl.
Tom, what are you thinking here, bud?
Easily one of my favorites. I'm gonna go with nachos.
Oh, nachos is it's a top 5 up there.
Yeah, nachos is probably number 1 for me, and then I'll probably say pizza, and then I'm gonna go wings after that.
Yeah.
So
I like it. But you can't just have one. You got to get the whole spread. So, but
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you had to choose one.
I'm
I'm
really
definitely
excited
going nachos.
Okay. Is it time for your question of the day, Tommy?
Yeah, wrap it up with your
All
question.
right. So here's our question. So I'm starting the series. It's gonna happen every podcast. Just gonna ask a random question. All right. So when you guys type, because we all have online school to do, and we should all be typing because we're good students, and we all go to Guelph. We go to Guelph and Fanshawe. Yay. Anyway,
I get
so
just
when you
off
type,
the record, I did get into Guelph. I just decided not to go. But
yeah, that's what they all say, Anyway, so when you type, do you shift? Like, do you use the button shift on the left side or the right side? Or do you use the caps lock? Are you one of those psychos?
Yeah.
I'm going left side shift.
Yeah, the left side shift, of course.
It's more it's on my outside, so I'm going left side.
Yeah, you're a psycho if you use caps lock. Tommy, you're a psycho, aren't you?
I use the shift on whichever closer.
Yeah, I could say I use the right one once in a while, but not often.
No, not often.
When I type, I use the right one. When I use like the right side of the keyboard.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Sounds like we're gonna wrap it up.
Good
today.
to have you here, Tommy. We hope to have you back.
I was glad to be here. I'll be always honored to join the Paltry Brothers.
Good. Yeah. Well,
next week we're gonna talk about how the St. Joseph Rams had a very pleasant experience with nature in a hotel room in Cambridge.
Well, we'll maybe leave that for a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very good topic to talk. That could be our next discussion. That could be our next discussion. St. Joe's memories.
Yeah. We're gonna have to have another a guest. I think we're gonna have a special guest for that one. Not naming now, but hopefully maybe people can guess who it's gonna be,
feel free to come on.
Yeah, use the comments. Say I want to be here. Be part of the squad. Yeah.
But your stories can't just be like we want to have funny, maybe a little inappropriate stories about your time at St. Joe's. But yeah, I'm always excited, and this has been a good one, and we hope everyone enjoys.